Okay, got the first move, having to spot some time in order to get the board actually showing this game. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have a King's Indian. And we're going to go with this stuff. Uh-huh. Go ahead and do that. Talk me into it. Pieces are misplaced. Outside pass pawn. King relatively safe. I'm gonna play f3. The rook's working. Push, push, push. Bishop pair's not doing anything if it can't be the bishop pair. That's a important point. Definitely. Uh-huh. Probably a good call, trying to get things open. Is there anything I can do to keep it closed and keep myself safe? In case I need to pivot. Looks like a good idea, and let's go ahead and give him something to think about. Bishop is terrible. Hard to do much. Key squares are controlled. About we go there. Uh-huh. that'll do it for that one. So let's take a look. Wow. Yeah. Dude comes in to the game after really losing the previous game and no less than 20 comments or so of just nastiness and negativity. Yeah, this is one of the major problems with playing chess online. Like, the level of toxicity with people. I don't ever remember this playing in a chess club in person. It's amazing. They're such dramatic keyboard warriors. And I think every chess player does it from time to time where they'll lose their cool or say something stupid online. But this guy is one of those ones that absolutely takes the cake. So, continuing to ignore him as go here, and he is just going to keep running his mouth after he lost. And okay, so I decided to go with, I think it's the Magonokanov variation. I have no ability to pronounce that properly. But the H3 is interesting to start off. Black has a few different options here. Personally, I like the stuff with knight A6. Stays flexible to give white options to go wrong. Versus, say, C5, you can get the very best type of Benoni position. And I think these positions are pretty good for white. Now, after E5, D5, and G4 straight away. That's interesting. And after bishop E3, I do get G4 in. And already white's position is pretty commanding because this bishop is just terrible. And if you can't get in your standard F5 break, you're in just a tough situation. So after knight E8, let's go ahead and see if H4 makes a lot of sense. And if F5 straight away. This is one of the dangers about this type of position, is that even if black is getting in the standard break, he's still having a really rough time with his king being open, and this bishop is still bad at the end of the day. So this, coming back to this G4 plan, it's a very effective way to play against the king's ending if you don't mind a messy position where you may or may not be safe. Now, I went for the imbalance, but knight c4, it does make a lot of sense because it is hitting both of these key squares, and after bishop e8, lock it down there with a4, and positionally this is becoming monstrous. That makes a lot of sense. So bishop takes, and a pawn in hand. Now, I thought about knight c4, but I was worried about my pieces getting uncoordinated. I didn't see my queen coming back, and that made me nervous. And, I mean, the engine sees us as completely fine here, but nah. After rook b8, rook b1, I'm just consolidating the position now, get my king safe, and now he's giving me something to work with the pass pawn. If he didn't do this, I'm probably going to play b4 anyway, and we get a slower version of what we got in the game. But after I castle, helps us out, and already, after rook b3, this is more solid prophylactic move. As we see later, it's useful for defense and offense, and it keeps an eye on this guy. So I like that move. f3, takes, and ooh, guy was timed out for 15 minutes for disrespecting players. See leechess.org page/chat etiquette. Gotta love that. So after rook f2, everything looks pretty smooth after that. I do go for doubling the pawns again because that bishop is absolutely terrible. And here it's just making sure that there's no counterplay. So the engine likes taking there, which makes sense. Queen b5, second choice. Then as soon as he's starting to get some play, I bring the knight back. Unleashes the rook's defense, knight's covering key squares. Completely shuts down the queen and rook from coordinating. And now it's completely over. So, hopefully you enjoyed that game, and maybe I'll do better at not reacting to toxic players in the chat in the future. This is one of the main reasons I don't like to share my whole screen. To me, it ruins videos by having people just doing that.